Welcome for this video. Uh, since we already master the way how to manage one computer, now we need to take it to the next level and be able to manage thousands of computers at the same time through a centralized location. And we are going to be do that using Ansible, which Ansible is a tool that's going to help us to manage and control multiple device, at once. So Ansible architecture is look this way. So on our main computer here, we need to install Ansible. Ansible usually would come with Python. We need to set an SSH keygen to facilitate the automation. We're gonna configure Ansible configuration and set the inventory. Inventory is where we're gonna list all the IP address or all the device that we are trying to manage, And Ansible configuration is where we basically gonna be setting all the permission and the behavior that Ansible need to have while trying to control all these devices. And on the device, mainly what we need is just Python. I think since Red Hat 8, Python 3 already come installed by default on all the Linux devices, meaning we don't quite need to install it. It's already going to be there and ready to be used for Ansible. So to install Ansible, what we need is to make sure that we have the proper package. There's many ways that we can install it. We can install it using pip. We can install it using the Red Hat way. But here I'm gonna show about going to the EPEL release. So for that, we need to install a GNF install EPEL release. So it's going to be after installing this package that we should be able to install Ansible from it. Yes. And next thing I will do a DNF install Ansible. And I'm also going to install a Vim, which is my editor by choice. So as you guys see, Ansible is going to come with a Python 3.11, this version of Ansible. So we don't quite need to worry about installing Python again. So just waiting for it to go through. So Ansible is a big automation tool that is quite powerful and does a lot of great things. And we're gonna have the opportunity to play with it and discover all the beautiful things it can do during all our sessions. So after installing Ansible and Vim, we need to go ahead now and try to configure the Ansible configuration. The main configuration is located into etc Ansible CFG. So if you come here, like this file here, they're gonna show an example of all the different settings you can set inside Ansible and be quite able to manage it. So here, what we're gonna set up mainly now for this entry position as we are working on is going to be the default and where the inventory is going to be located. So as I'm coming down here, I will set default and I will set the inventory, and I need to specify where the inventory going to be. Since we are working here as a root, let me put in the home directory of the root user, and I'm going to call it inventory as well. So I need to save that file, and now I come here, I create the inventory file. So inside the inventory file, I need to specify all the different IP address. I mean, all the this IP address of all the different server I will be want to manage. And here I can set them by a different category. Let's say I can have a group of multiple machines that I'm gonna call web, and I set the IP address here, 63. And they can have like a 10 machine here for the web, and I can have another group of machine that I might be called a DB. And for the DB machine, I need to set their IP, all the different IP for them as well. So after it's done, I need to generate the key list as we mentioned over here, the SSH keygen. So I do a SSH key gen, and I generate that key. Now, what do I need to do is to transfer that key to all the different devices that I'm trying to control for this case. And I will do SSH that copy ID to those IP that I set. 63 was for the web. Say yes, and I will enter his password. And I will do the same for the other machine that was on the dev group, and I will enter the password. So at this point, it's supposed to already have a basic configuration on our Ansible environment. And now from here, we can start controlling and doing everything that we need to do on all the other slides. So before we install this one, we're going to start working on the Ansible ways directly. And one of the main way that we use our Ansible is through a syntax of command that we call haddock. So an haddock is usually an Ansible command that we use for a quick testing, or maybe that we want to do something like a very fast, we don't need to repeat it very often. And the syntax is going to always be Ansible, or and then you specify the inventory file. The module here is going to be mainly the command that Ansible need to execute, and you're going to have a module option depending of all the different options that the module can have. And this is an example of how that command might look like. So Ansible or inventory -m shell for the module, which is the command here, and -a uptime, and that's the option that we are trying to set over there. So to see that quick example, we can do Ansible or -i for inventory as we set it up. and we do -m for shell, for the shell model, and -a. Here we're trying to set for uptime. We want to see for how long those two machines that we set up has been up and running. And we can see here we have a feedback for the machine one and we have the feedback for the machine two. So we can use the same set code if we wanted to double check if the machine are up, alive and working as we want. Dash all I for inventory, and then -m ping. As we are pinging here, we don't need to really specify another module. The module option here is going to say ping and it's respond pong to show that those two machines were up and running. So we can, since we're already working on Ansible and we know that Python is installed on the other ways, to see what version of Ansible we are using, we can do Ansible dash version, and it's going to tell us like we are using the core 2.14, and it's working with Python 3.11. So what we want to do, let's bring some consistency and make sure that on the all the clients, we're going to have the same version of Python as well. And I'm going to use an idle command to do that. And that will be Ansible all -i inventory -m. Here, now the module that I'm going to try to use is DNF, which we know that DNF is the package management that we use to install application on it. And I will do -a. How I'm going to specify the module here is by saying name equal, I'm trying to install Python 3. Let me copy it, make sure. And I'm going to do a state here. State is going to be latest. So latest mainly mean install the latest version of Python 3.11. As I'm pressing enter, it's going to take some time, the time for it to do all the different installation, and it's going to tell me, at the end when it's finished, what have been done. So as we can see here, you're already getting a feedback of what the response, of everything that has been done already so far on the machine 63. We are waiting for it to finish. Taking some time here, but it's coming. So we can see the installation has happened on the two different machines, and it's giving us all the different things that has been installed. To verify that the package was installed, we can simply use an addoc command. Addoc is very great for a quick check if something has been done as we wish. And here we're going to use a -m shell and -a here. We need to type the command wish Python. let's say wish Python 3. And here we're gonna look at it. It's telling us that Python 3 will be installed. And let's specify Python 3 11. And we see that we have Python 3.11 that will be installed over here. If this message that you see here is quite annoying and you don't want to be seeing it all the time, all you need to do is copy this part here where it says the interpreter Python, and you will go inside the configuration file. Underneath here, you just add and you need to set the version of Ansible that you have to make it quite easier. So Ansible -- version. And error occur. Yes, I'm just trying to get this and add them because I did not finish the settings. So now when I will run an Ansible command, I'm not gonna have that message populate again, which is gonna be quite less annoying as you will be moving forward. So basically, that's how you configure Ansible, and that's how you use all the other command to do all the various things and all the different things that you're trying to set into Ansible. Ansible is very big and very powerful. There's a lot of different things that you can do with it. And my best advice would be to learn module as you move along, as you have a particular set of project that you will be working on, depending on what you have. Because there's so many different modules, there are so many different things that Ansible can do that you couldn't be able to go through it all at once. So as I do my work on, we see that we have about 7,466 different modules that Ansible have. Nobody will be able or could be able to know and understand all of them right away. But the more you work with it, the more you get comfortable, the more you get ahead with Ansible. So guys, go ahead, put it together and have fun.